Many people are familiar with that green tarnished look of things like the penny and the US Statue of Liberty. And that greenish color is related to copper. Now, another cool color related to copper is blue. And the green and blue make beautiful mineral specimens. Now, there have been some amazing specimens brought out of some of the large copper mines around the world, and it consists of the green mineral malachite, and the blue is our mineral today, and that's the mineral azurite. Welcome back, everyone. I am continuing my series here on minerals, and today we are talking about one of the most beautiful blue minerals out there, definitely one of my favorites, and that is azurite. Azurite is classified as a carbonate mineral. It is a copper carbonate, and as you can see, the color of azurite is a very deep and beautiful blue. There's some variation in the blue, but it's a pretty intense blue color. So if you like blue minerals, this will quickly become one of your favorites. The luster could be described in some cases. It's kind of that glassy luster to it, vitreous, but there are varieties that are a bit more dull looking, so just kind of a dull blue, something maybe like you see in this one, where it's not quite that glassy luster to it. The streak of azurite is, well, why don't we test it out here? As you can see there, it has a blue streak. So there you go, blue streak for azurite. The hardness of azurite is about a 3.5 to a 4 on the most hardness scale, making it a rather soft mineral, but not the softest. It's harder than gypsum and talc, but it is softer than quartz, so clearly we can scratch this with this chunk of quartz. Quartz is a 7, but on the contrary, a softer mineral like this piece of sulfur will get scratched by our azurite piece. Azurite crystals are considered monoclinic, but there's quite a bit variation in the actual crystal structure of various pieces of azurite that you'll find. As you can see, something like this piece, if we look closely at the crystal forms, they're pretty small there. But we can get crystals that are, typically the crystals will be equidimensional or tabular in shape, but we can get crystals that are radiating. Botryoidal patterns are common with azurite pieces. We can also get where the azurite is basically encrusting, or just kind of an earthy massive. Now, your best identifying features in the field with azurite is going to be partly the deep blue color, although there are some other blue minerals, so you'll need to make sure you can distinguish azurite from those using those mineral identification techniques I've talked about here. But this association of the blue azurite with the green malachite is going to be a good field identifier there. And accordingly, you'll be finding this in what you might consider a copper forming environment, usually volcanic related. So that might indicate to you that you are finding azurite. And then you can test the softness, see if it comes in around that 3.5 to 4 hardness, and the blue streak and some of those features may help you identify for sure if you have azurite. Otherwise, also check out, I'm going to be doing some videos to talk about how you distinguish certain minerals from minerals that are similar. So, how do you distinguish azurite from lazulite or lazurite and some of the other ones? Azurite is a secondary copper mineral. It develops in zones of alteration in all types of hydrothermal replacement deposits where malachite is associated with it, as well as limonite and chalcopyrite will typically be associated in those formation zones. So again, another way to help confirm if what you have is indeed azurite. Some interesting localities where azurite is found can be Southwest Africa, which is known for some of the finest specimens in the world. Also, there's some decent specimens found in places in Mexico, and in the United States, Utah and Arizona are well known for their copper mining districts, where excellent malachite and azurite specimens, much larger than this one I have here, have been found in those mining regions. Azurite is appropriately named for that azure blue color. So there you have it, another mineral, azurite today, a copper carbonate. And what's interesting is that copper is also in places like Arizona, those mines I talked about. The method of extracting that requires the use of sulfuric acid, which comes from sulfur, another mineral here in the series that I've done. So if you're curious about learning about more minerals, like another awesome colored mineral, in this case yellow sulfur, check out the minerals playlist.